how's it going? It's been a long time, but we're back with a We Love Betting video. We're in the real financial heartland of London here, Canary Wharf. Loads of suits, loads of rich men, loads of cocks, that's for sure. But anyway, we're here to talk Football League. We've just done the 188bet video with Mark Langdon and the Racing Post HQ. Now, back to We Love Betting. How's it going?
Yeah, cold.
It's freezing, isn't it?
Very, very cold.
Mark, you're off to Barcelona, the El Clasico, at the weekend.
Yeah.
Should be great.
Should be great. Yeah.
Should be great, absolutely. I'm not. But anyway, we're just about to cover for the We Love Betting Christmas party on Wednesday night. Thanks to everybody who came and who got in touch. It was a great night. Let's just helicopter. Let's just get straight on with it. You're doing, much to the chagrin of international followers, you're doing a video this week as opposed to text, so you'll get a lot of text DMs to Africa saying can you help out and stuff like that. So first bet.
A weird one, okay, I'll put it out there right now because there's an FA Cup. It's decimated the Football League calendar or coupon this weekend, so I'm going to be a little bit different with a few things. The first one, of course, is something I've been looking at for weeks, trying to pick and choose when I'm going to get involved and pick and choose what bet I'm going to get involved. Basically, Blackburn take on Huddersfield this weekend. Blackburn hit the headlines for the 10-1 win at Newcastle last weekend. Absolutely outstanding stuff, fully deserved as well. The caveat is Newcastle made 6 changes and supposedly had focus on the EFL Cup, which worked out well for them. But it was only the second clean sheet in 18 for Blackburn. But what's really interesting is, I'm just going to reel off some stats here and it might get a little bit heavy, but Blackburn conceded 8 goals in 8 games since September. Quite, it's reasonable. 7 of which came in the second half. Blackburn had conceded 1 first half goal in the last 6 hours of first half action since September. Blackburn have conceded 12 first half goals all season, 7 of which came in their first 3 games, and they've therefore conceded just 5 first half goals in 13 games. That's 11 hours of first half football. 5 goals against. Conceded 18 in the last 15 since those first 3 games, which were dreadful, 13 of which came in the second half. They've conceded in the second half in 13 of their 18 games. So my play here is Huddersfield to score their first goal in the second half at 21-10 with Betway. They've scored 8 of their 20 goals this season in the final half hour. They've scored 7 of their 20 goals in the first half. Their average time of the first goal was in the 54th minute. They've scored in all bar 4 of their games. Only 1 first half goal in 8. Only scored 2 first half goals away from home. And they scored in the first half in just 8 of 24 games under Wagner, compared to 16-24 away games scored in the second half, and they've only led at half time in 4 of those 24 games away under Wagner, so it's pretty stats heavy. I might try and put this in bullet points as well because it's quite interesting stuff, but 21-10.
So stats fit together essentially.
Yes. Huddersfield don't score first half goals, especially away from home. Blackburn don't concede in the first half.
And we thought Coyle was gone before Halloween, before Guy Fawkes, and he's sticking in there and he's got a bit of his integrity back, his reputation back.
Really impressive, because if you think about the players that they've lost, including Shane Duffy at the start of the season, a young Irish man called Darren Lenihan's come in and played superbly at centre half. He sort of ground together a team there, much to my dismay, because I backed them for relegation and I still hope they go down, but fair play to him, he's turned things out. Still a prick, but a lot of people are.
Absolutely. Met a few. Game 2 and a team, it saddens me to say a really struggling one because I love Alex Neil. He's under big pressure, he could be gone. It's a very sad episode and I hope he can rehabilitate his career. I'm sure he will if he does get the job. How do you see him get on this weekend?
I think Alex Neil's issue is he's so emotionally involved in games that when things go against him, he's so irate in the post-match interviews. If you're hearing that week in, week out as a footballer, you're going to it's going to lose its influence, its effect on you, and rumour has he's lost the dressing room, but maybe it wasn't the case. They've lost 5 out of 5 now and did lose 1-0 at Derby last weekend, but it was a slight improvement in performance levels there. They have scored in 13 of their 18 games, only kept 2 clean sheets though at the same time, which is defensively that's where the problems are. Conceded 2 or more goals in 7 of those 18, 13 of which have seen over 2.5, 12 of which saw both teams score. At home, 5 of 8 games have seen both teams score. They've conceded in 6 of those. They've scored at least twice in 5 of the last 6 as well, so both teams have scored. My bet here, it's quite short, 7-10. At home to Brentford, who have lost their last 3, conceded at least 2 goals in each since they beat QPR on that Friday night. But away from home under Dean Smith, scored in 17 of 23 games, only kept the 4 clean sheets, so already building something very strong there, and both teams have scored. 14 of the 23 away under Smith have seen both teams score. 17 saw over 2.5, so loads of stats in our favour here, and really interestingly, you will have noted on We Love Betting's Twitter feed this week, only Newcastle have landed more shots on target in the Championship than Brentford.
Wow, but the position in the table doesn't really indicate that.
No, not until this recently, when they've sort of dropped away with a few poor defeats after their season high of beating QPR.
Well, good luck, Alex Neil. But anyway, Stevenage against Doncaster is your next game, and I know you're keen on this. We've discussed it already. Tell the We Love Betting followers how much you love this bet, and it does make sense.
I'll flesh it out a little bit. Stevenage won 2-1 at Portsmouth last weekend, which was a fantastic result. 11-2 they were, the odds to win away at Pompey. 4 wins in 6 now for them as well. They had Stephen Schumacher back controlling that midfield, which was really important for them. But Matt Godden as well, striker, who's starting to make a name for himself. I think he's now got 6 goals this season, played a leading role at Pompey last week. And if you actually look at Stevenage's record since September, they've only failed to score once. And that came in the FA Cup away at Port Vale. No shame in that at all. Look at the league football in isolation, and Stevenage has scored in 13 of 17 games. Only failed to score once at home. But frustratingly for Darren Sarll, they've only kept 3 clean sheets all season, which means both teams to score has been a regular winner, 11 of 17, including 6 of 7 at home. And all but 3 of their 17 games have featured at least 2 goals. So they're always involved in pretty high goal scoring games, and only Morecambe have conceded more shots in League Two than Stevenage, which is quite a concern when you're coming up against a sharp-shooting Doncaster team who've scored in every game this season. We all know about Darren Ferguson's love for attacking football, playing on the front foot, trying to outscore the opposition. It's been working pretty consistently well for them. If you look at their defensive record, it's pretty wretched. They've conceded at least 2 goals in 6 of 18 games, scored at least twice, so in 13 of those as well. Both teams to score a regular winner. They've only kept 4 clean sheets all season, and their last 14 games in League Two have averaged 3.86 goals per game. So you put the 2 things together, meld them together, and I think you've got a great both teams to score bet there. It's about the 1.74 in decimals, stupid price if you're looking at the fractionals.
Alright, interesting. No, it makes a lot of sense. Your 3 bets there. Just a quick question I genuinely would like to know myself. You've had an absolutely incredible run this season, no doubt in that. But you had a bad day last Saturday. How do you deal with that? Do you just sit and sulk, or do you just become more determined to put it right? Or?
It's interesting because when you get 0 from 3 on the Football League column, it hits much harder than if you hit 3 out of 3.
Really?
So it is difficult to take. I luckily had a decent Sunday to make up for it. But sit and sulk, no. Spend probably an hour longer looking at the coupon, working out and trying to be just double check what I'm backing and really believe in it.
He's good, isn't he? He's good. That's what we do here at We Love Betting. It's all free, you see. It's all hard work. It's all graft. Causes problems in our relationships and everything, but we get it done. And that's what it's all about. So from Canary Wharf on this freezing opening day of Thursday afternoon, opening day of December, Thursday afternoon, we bid you farewell.